16 years old, they swore it was love. Now she claims a baby sent from above. He shouts, "Not mine, I never went there." But mom's convinced, pulling out her hair. Truth or trap, the drama runs deep. A secret they share, a lie they keep. Gentlemen, buckle up, this one cuts raw. Paternity games will expose it all. Hey gang, and welcome back to the sacred halls of Magic's monologue, where truth doesn't whisper, it roars. I'm Magic, your curator of personal growth and unapologetic reality checks. Today's video, am I the a-hole for not siding with my wife over our son's ex-girlfriend's pregnancy? But before we dig into this wild ride, connect with me on Locals at magicsmonologue.locals.com and over on X at Magic's Monologue. I'm building my tribe there too. Additionally, you can send a small donation via crypto if you like my work, and that information is down in the description. What happens when a teenage girl shows up pregnant and everyone assumes your son is the father? Do you trust him or believe the accusation? This story exposes the lies, the pressure, and the danger men face when feelings override facts. Gentlemen, it's time to break this down. Let's begin the journey. Our son turned 16. He had a girlfriend, also 16, almost 17, but they broke up about a month ago. About 3 weeks ago, her parents told us she is pregnant. She's already starting to show, and the dates line up with when she and our son were together. My wife and I panicked. We waited a couple of days before telling our son since he didn't know. His immediate response? "It's not mine. I never had sex with her." I didn't believe him at first since I know he's sexually active. He's even asked me for protection. Well, at least he was smart there. But he kept insisting they never did it. He admitted he cheated on her with someone else, and after a long heart-to-heart, I started to believe him. He's a bit of a punk, yes, but he was adamant. He also said he always uses protection and even asks me for restocks. My wife, however, didn't believe him at all. When both families met, my wife immediately started the conversation, assuming our son was the father. She wanted to figure out solutions, money, and next steps. Our son got angry and repeated that it wasn't his baby because he never had sex. Then he added, awkwardly, that they only ever did certain things that can't result in pregnancy, and he never went further with her because it was unsatisfying. That set us off, and we were furious at him. Well, if one reads between the lines here, it would appear or seem he went between her cheeks, if you catch my drift. But then his ex-girlfriend admitted they rarely did anything physical. She described the event, and honestly, it sounded believable. He's a liar sometimes, but I still believe him on this. My wife doesn't. She's furious with me for playing into his nonsense. She told me that I'm part of boy culture, that I'm avoiding reality and leaving her to deal with this alone. She also brought up that we were both 17 when she got pregnant, and that children of teen parents are more likely to become teen parents themselves. I told her we shouldn't be having discussions with the other family until there's proof he's the dad. She disagrees and says I'm making everything worse. To add, her parents don't want a paternity test until after the baby is born. They claim it could harm the baby, though I've read it's harmless. Courts here in the UK won't order the test until birth, so we're stuck waiting. Am I the a-hole? Now, gentlemen, there's a thing called a nip test, an NIP, which is a postnatal test. And no, there's not a significant risk of harming the child. So should you be in a situation like this, yes, I would go for a NIP test and find out as soon as possible. So let me get this straight. Your 16-year-old son's ex is suddenly pregnant, already showing, and the first words out of his mouth are, "It's not mine. Never hid it." And dad here, good old dad, actually believes him. Meanwhile, mom's already pricing out baby strollers like it's Amazon Prime Day. Here's the thing, gentlemen. Women operate on feelings first, facts later, if at all. Mom's not listening to the evidence. She's listening to her womb echo chamber. Why? Because she's projecting her own teenage screw up onto this situation. We were 17 when I got pregnant, so obviously our son is doomed to repeat history. No, sweetheart, that's not logic. That is trauma math. Now, let's talk about your son, the boy. This kid might be a little punk, but even punks tell the truth when they're cornered. He admitted to cheating on this girl. He admitted to always wrapping it up. He even admitted that they only did other activities that doesn't make babies. Unless some miracle sperm has learned to parkour. And you know what? That honestly lines up. Guilty liars get defensive. Innocent brats, they get cocky. But mom, she wants to believe the worst because society tells women men are guilty until proven innocent. That is gynocentrism 101. Mom siding with the ex's parents because culture trained her that women's words are gospel and men's denials are lies. And dad, this poor guy, feels guilty for even defending his son. That's how deep the conditioning goes. Here's the truth bomb. Dad, you're not an asshole. You're the only sane person in this circus. Your wife's acting like the DA. The ex's parents are the jury. And your son's standing there without a lawyer. Guess what? That makes you the defense attorney. You don't fold until there's a DNA test. Period. End of story. And let's not ignore the comedy of a 16-year-old girl already showing after barely doing anything. Yeah, maybe she was doing barely anything with your son. Maybe not. Maybe somebody else. But what about Chad, Tyrone, or that Patel boy with the scooter down the street who's just a friend? Biology doesn't give loyalty points, guys. So dad, stay strong. Don't cave to wife guilt or mother-in-law pressure. Tell everyone the same 3 words. Test the baby. Until then, your son is not on the hook. And to all you gentlemen watching this, tattoo this next part on your brain. Never believe a pregnancy story without DNA proof. Women have been pulling the surprise baby play since the Bronze Age, and you are not the father until science says so. Final verdict? The son might be a little dog, but he's not this dog. Dad, not the a-hole. Mom, she's auditioning for Judge Judy PMS edition. And the ex? Let's be real. If this baby had a Tinder bio, it would say, Dad, to be determined. So no, Dad, you're not the a-hole. But if you keep apologizing for defending your own son, then yeah, you're volunteering for A-hole Hall of Fame. If this hit home, don't just sit with it. Hit the thumbs up, smash the subscribe, ring the bell so you never miss the truth bombs I drop here. Share this with at least 3 men who need to wake up and rise up. And that's how we build this channel, one solid brother at a time. Got a story that needs to be told? A link that made your jaw drop? Email me stories@magicsmonologue.com. Let's expose the madness and drop some clarity. You're not just watching, you're leading by example. helping other men elevate with wisdom, purpose, and unshakable standards. You're not alone, and you're not crazy. And if you're still hungry for more, have you heard the story of the husband's painful discovery? After losing her parents, his wife turned to her first love for comfort, crossing a line that may shatter their marriage. Click here to watch the next video, My Wife Cheated After Her Parents Died. And that video is coming up right now. Until next time.